What up? What up? What up? What's going on, beautiful people? Best Damn Nation. This is your boy, Mr. Everything, aka Roosevelt, aka your mama's favorite wrestler, aka the man that could whoop your daddy's ass. And I'm still whooping daddy's asses. And right now, it's just going to be me for a very short moment. I'm going to be before you briefly because we got some things coming up. The best damn crew got some other things going on. You know how we do. We stay busy. We out here putting in work. We out here getting money. We out here making things happen. We're out here building businesses. We're out here building brands. We're out here helping our community. You know what I'm saying? So we out here getting busy. But really quick, I'm going to run through some things with you guys. We're going to be back next week for a very good show. You know, we got a lot of things going on in the wrestling business that we're going to catch up on. We're going to catch up on, I think we have the King of the Ring going on this weekend. So we'll definitely catch up on that. We'll catch up on everything that's going on in terms of Raw, SmackDown, the Bloodline. Oh, my gosh, what is going on with the Bloodline? So we're going to catch up with that, and we're going to do all of that next week. But really quick, I want you guys to understand that we have some big things going on in the very near future. And one of the big things we have going on right now is June 9th. June 9th is going to be the very first day, the very first start of our own tournament that we're putting on. It's called Hyperdrive. Okay, I need you all to put this down in your calendar. Go ahead, and I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. Hey, just get your phones out. Go ahead and grab your grandma's calendar off the refrigerator. That big one sitting on the wall in the bedroom. Go ahead and get that one. All right, you ready? Okay, June 9th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to start the very first round of the Hyperdrive Tournament. And what that is, it is a very fast-paced tournament that we're going to put on with some of the competitors, some of the superstars that we have right here in the United States. These guys are coming all over from all over the U.S. to come and participate in this tournament. Here are the rules, okay? This is very important. Here are the rules to the tournament. It is a one fall, one knockout, one submission type match. So they can score a pinfall, submission, or a knockout in their match in that first round. Each match has a 10-minute time limit. In that 10 minutes, it is a 3-round match. Okay? And what that means is they got 2 minutes in each round. So there's 3 2-minute rounds going on in this match, and they got to score a pinfall, submission, or a knockout within those rounds. In the event that they are in a submission hold during the first 2 rounds and time runs out, they can be saved by the bell. Okay, so if they're in that submission and the time runs out, they can be saved by the bell. In the 3rd round, if you are in a submission, you cannot be saved by the bell. Okay, you're either going to tap out or you're going to find a way to get out of it. In the event that if the competitor does get out of the submission hold, we go into a sudden death. Whoever scores the first pinfall, submission, or knockout in that sudden death round is the winner and moves on to the next round. All right. On the first night of this competition, on June 9th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Trey Havoc stepping in the ring with Steven Meeks. All right. In the next bracket, we have Blade Brown stepping in the ring with newcomer to the business, Maverick Vo. And in the third bracket of this first round, it is going to be James Johnson versus Caden Pierre. This is all happening June 9th. And you can all see it right here on the Best Damn Wrestling podcast. We're going to stream it live. We're going to have a small studio audience in the building to be able to watch that. If you watch the 1-hour Iron Man match between myself and Sean Cruz, it would be the same facility in which we did it in, but we're going to spice it up a little bit. We're going to make it look really nice and presentable. And then on June 16th, we got the second bracket of this tournament. We got Sean Cruz. You guys are all familiar with him. We got Sean Cruz stepping in the ring with Jim Stone. And the second round of that, we have AC Divine stepping in the ring with his tag team partner, Damian Jackson. Okay, Dynamite Jackson. Now that's going to be an amazing match because you got two tag partners stepping in the ring against each other. In a tournament, it's all about the win. Brothers and family fight all the time. And these two are going to compete for the chance to become the inaugural Hyperdrive champion. And then in that last round, we have Jack Tatum stepping in the ring with G Money. All right, and these matches are going to happen pretty fast, pretty hard hitting. This is going to be exciting. All right, so June 9th, 1 p.m., June 16th, 1 p.m., right here on the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. Make sure you guys tune in and watch all that happen. And then what we also have going on, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Everything is going international. All right, I am going to have the opportunity to go to Germany June 28th. And this is all under the banner of the OIWA. So I'm going to go out there and put booster faces during that time. Let's see. Best show ever. What up, Showtime? And then July 28th, I will be going to Newcastle, United Kingdom. All right. The June 29th is going to be Frankfurt, Germany. And July 28th is going to be Newcastle, New England. And in September 29th, I will be having an opportunity to go to Montreal, Quebec, Canada. That is going to be for Torture Chamber Pro Wrestling. So we got a lot of big things going on, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of big things. And that's not even a half of what we got going on. We're putting together something really, really big that's going to help the community. It's going to help a lot of independent wrestlers. It's going to help everybody. You know, it's going to be dynamic, and I'm excited about it. The team is excited about it. So please stay on the lookout and be ready for whatever we got going on. And there we go. We have El Capitan, the head honcho, Mr. Clean himself, Brian Renegade. What's up, dude?
Well, thank you. Look, I just heard you talking about the Hyperdrive Tournament. Listen, I am so excited for this. I cannot. This is a showcase of young talent from different parts of the world that are coming together in front of the best damn audience. And I want you guys to give them a great reception because this is one of one. This tournament has never been done. It comes from the brilliant mind of Roosevelt, that brilliant evil mind of his. You know what I'm saying? So we're excited about it. I want you guys to be excited about it. It's going to be a slobber knocker of a match. All of these talent are great. All of these talent are hand-chosen, hand-picked. So you ain't getting no slouches in this bracket, Jack. So we're excited about it, man. So run the dates again, Mr. Everything.
Absolutely. So the first show is going to be June 9th at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And the second one will be June 16th, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
So get your popcorn ready. We don't have a sports betting bracket yet, but we damn sure can create one. You know what I'm saying? We damn sure can create one. You know what I mean? So this is going to be great and amazing, free to the public. You guys get to check this out. Check out this brand new talent that's in. And you get to follow their social media accounts and see how they really get down. I know some of you guys have seen them on your radar, but this tournament is definitely going to find the young men from the boys. So we're excited. I've been trying to get Roosevelt to jump in this tournament. He said, no, I don't want to jump in there. I can't jump in there because I'm going to outdo everybody. I'm going to whoop everybody's ass. And we can't have that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? There's a little bias. We can't have that. We can't have Mr. Everything putting boots to faces to the people that's in these brackets, man. But I'm excited for what's going to happen, man. We might have some special guest commentary. I don't know, but your boy Brian Renegade will be on commentary. Might have some more of the best damn crew on here. And like I say, we might have a special guest commentator. So we'll see. We shall see.
We are working on a big. Did I say big? Name.
You said big.
I did say big for this.
Yeah, you said
commentary. Big. Real quick, while I got you, Brian, let me ask you a question. I know it's really premature, pretty early. Who do you see winning this tournament?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna run down the names again real quick.
You want to start a fight today, sir? Don't you?
I do. I woke up choosing violence.
Man, I got some people that I'm excited about. First of all, Sean Cruz, man, put on one hell of a match against you in that 16-minute Ironman match. So I'm not going to not put my money on Sean Cruz, man, because he's an amazing talent. He's a veteran in that ring, and I think he can stand toe-to-toe with all these young boys out here. Somebody I am excited, one of the best damn alum, your boy Stephen Meeks, the Meek Master, the Meek Man. I like the chances of Stephen Meeks. And also you have one in there, Blade Brown. Now, Blade Brown is anything like the Blade Brown in what was it? Not House Party. It was what was the name of that movie?
Wait for it. I'm gonna see if you get it.
It's not House Party. It was one of them kid and play movies. It was school days, not school days. Help me out, please.
Class Act. It was Class Act.
Class Act. Thank you. I know it had something to do with school. Class Act. If he's anything like the Blade Brown in Class Act, then he gonna whoop some ass, man. Like I said, man, you got a very talented pool of wrestlers in this thing. Anybody can take it. I like Sean Cruz's chances. And I have my personal favorite in Stephen Meeks. So the Meek Man might just give everybody hugs and choke them to death with his love. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely see that happening. But I'm excited, man. I don't know what's going to happen. We have no idea what's going to happen and who's going to win this tournament, man. But it's going to be exciting. Look at me. You see the perspiration on my forehead? That's from excitement. This is all excitement right here. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be great. Comes from the mind of the one and only Roosevelt, the dark, devious mind of Roosevelt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all that jazz. But I'm excited. I'm super excited for this tournament, man. So you guys will start seeing some graphics from it soon. Go ahead and check out some of the people that's going to be participating in this tournament, and go check out everything that Mr. Everything Roosevelt got going on.
Absolutely. And be sure that you tune in next week for the Best Damn Wrestling podcast, because we got a lot. When I say a lot to talk about.
Like a whole lot.
A whole
like
lot.
A lot. Yeah, a lot. Roosevelt, you got some podcasts that you were just on and one that you're doing today. Talk about that for a second.
Yeah. So, I got a lot going on. So I need a lot of people to be able to talk to, man. I can't keep talking to the Best Damn Nation every week. I got to talk to some of these other people and tell them what's up.
I'm talking to your ass too.
So I was on a couple of podcasts this past weekend. I've done already 3. I have another one tonight, and I have a couple of them next week. And man, it's been amazing. It's been a great opportunity to be able to go out there and be interviewed. We do a lot of interviews here, but to be interviewed and be able to tell my story. And all the interviews that I've done, they're like, man, we got to bring you back, because we don't feel like we've even touched the surface of what you have going on or your story. And so just be on the lookout, man. And I'm always posting stuff on my social media. Roosevelt Andrew Kynes on Facebook, Roosevelt Pro Fighter on Instagram, and official _ Mr. Everything on TikTok. So, man, y'all must. And please, if you're not following the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast Facebook page, what are you doing with your life? What is wrong with you? Where you at?
Yeah, what's wrong with you? You got problems or something? Okay. You slow or something?
You dragging your foot? Huh?
Why you dragging your feet? Why your feet so heavy?
Huh? Yeah. Anybody foot that heavy got to be a zombie. You a zombie?
Got to be. Half dead. If you ain't joining the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast, I really don't know what you're doing with your life.
I don't know what you're doing.
You know what I'm saying? You need to get some goals and aspirations.
What is life if you're not part of the Best Damn Nation? What is life?
What is life?
I think
yeah, exactly. Join us, man. We got more stuff for you. We got some exciting interviews coming up. Man, we've had some great interviews, and along the board, everyone who has come on to the show has told us this is one of the best podcast interviews that I have ever done. And that's from WWE legends, AEW mainstays, NWA legends. I'm talking about people that's been doing this thing since pimping been pimping.
Since been
You
pimping.
dig what I'm saying? Since pimping been pimping, they give us praise. So man, we're gonna continue doing what we do. We're gonna continue to bring you that hot fire. And we talk about wrestling. Of course, we talk about wrestling, but we are a podcast that talk about fitness and health. We talk about nutrition. We talk about mental health. We talk about relationships and how to build better relationships. And we also give motivation on how you can find yourself and get yourself in a better predicament and better situation in your life. We give motivation on every show. So it ain't just any type of wrestling show. It's a lot of wrestling podcasts out here, but they don't do what we do.
They don't do what we do. They don't do
what we does. They can't even hold a candle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Nope. We the shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to flush twice. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is just hot gas, Jack. You know what I'm saying?
Open a window and spray some frankincense. All that.
You gotta spray some frankincense and myrrh. You know what I'm saying? you gotta get some for a breeze because we the shit. Like I said, you gotta flush twice. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we got some great things going on. So thank you for the continued support. Our social media pages have been blowing up. I think within the last 30 days, I did the metrics. Within the last 30 days, we've reached 2.3 million accounts organically. We ain't spent $1 organically. You know what I'm saying? So people are seeing what we're doing. People are getting on the bandwagon. They're getting on the best damn train. And we are poised to do some great things. We are going to be the number one sports wrestling podcast in the world. Mark my words.
You heard it, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And if you disagree, I'm coming to beat your daddy up.
Yeah.
And you
heard what you said. You don't want your daddy to get whooped in front of you. What that's gonna look like? He can't even eat at the head of the table no more. After he get his ass whooped in front of everybody by Roosevelt. You don't want them problems. Again, tell them about the tournament real quick.
Huh?
Run down the tournament real quick.
Yes. So June 9th is the 1:00 show, and we have Trey Havoc versus Stephen Meeks, Blade Brown versus Maverick Vo, James Johnson versus Caden Pierre. And then June 16th at 1:00, we have Sean Cruz versus Jim Stone, AC Divine versus Dynamite Jackson, and Jack Tatum versus G Money.
Oh man! Oh, you know what? And I got to give some acknowledgement real quick. AC Divine has been putting in work lately. You know what I'm saying? So I will say he's another favorite to win this tournament. But he got to get through Dynamite first. You know what I'm saying? And that is a tale. You know, you got two tag team partners that are going head to head with each other, man. And so this is going to be a tough task for both of them because not only are they going to be facing each other, but they're going to be facing some of the tough talent that's in this tournament, man. So AC Divine is another one that I kind of have. And I ain't sleeping on Dynamite Jackson because he might blow up the whole bracket and shock everybody.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? These guys are that damn talented.
And ladies and gentlemen, understand that this is a first time tournament. This is the very first, was structure of a tournament of what we're doing. This is the first time it's ever been done. And this is just the fellas. We haven't even got to the ladies yet. This is going to be a ladies tournament. The women.
We ain't even got to the ladies yet.
We ain't even got to the ladies. Okay. The Phoenixes. That's what we call them. Phoenix. Phoenix is the best damn podcast.
I'm ready.
Rise from the ashes. It's gonna be, man.
Yeah. The next tournament's gonna definitely be the Phoenix division. I'm excited. When I tell you we are showcasing top talent all throughout the East Coast. I'm so excited. Oh man, hold up. We got the villains on this thing. Man. Go ahead and introduce the great LP Roosevelt.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Best Damn Wrestling proudly brings to you our guru, LP. What up, LP?
What's going on, man? What's going on? How y'all doing?
Man, we out here just shooting the shit right now. We going over this tournament we got coming up. We got a lot to catch up on, man, with in terms of wrestling. But while we have you here, really quick, before it's time for me to jump off, X-Men '97. I never knew what anxiety was until I started watching this series. Okay, I understand how humans feel now because I never knew what. LP, what is your feelings and your opinions on X-Men '97?
Are y'all caught up with the episode?
Yeah, I am.
I caught up with everything except the last one, so don't spill the beans on the last one.
One second,
That's why.
before we go into that, ladies and gentlemen, we have the whole crew on the show tonight. We got everybody here. We were trying to come up here for just a quick minute, but now we got everybody, and we get to talk about everything. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, best damn wrestling probably brings to you our chef Showtime. What up, Showtime? You real low there, brother. You in the tunnel? What you doing? You crawling through a cave? You sound very, very far away. Somebody got him. Somebody kidnapped him. We got to go find Chef. Somebody kidnapped him. All right, LP. Yeah. So I've caught up with the very last episode because I catch it every Tuesday. Brian said he has not, but tell us, give us your feelings on the entire series so far.
Oh man, the thing with X-Men '97, what makes it so great is you just don't know what's gonna happen next. I've been reading comics since '92, and I'm a humongous X-Men fan, so most of the lore I know it. So when certain things are about to happen, it's like I think something about to happen, and they'll throw me a curveball. Like I make my predictions based on, they did this in the comic book, so I know they about to do this. No. X-Men '97 would be like, you think we about to do that, but we about to do something totally different. That's what I think makes the show so great. And it pays a lot of homage to the original. It pays a lot of homage to Marvel. It's like a mutation of the movies, the '97 cartoon, the different versions, the comics, and everything. Like it is literally, it's one of the best things Disney has put out in a long time, and it raises the bar so high that whenever they do X-Men in live action, I don't know. I think that's the good and the bad because this has raised the live action so much.
I agree, man. I mean, I've been watching this from the very first beginning, and I'm just like you said, you just never know what you're gonna get in every episode, and I'm literally like sitting on the edge of my seat every time, like, okay, what's going on? And then the Easter eggs and all these little plantations that they've been doing throughout the entire series, just showing the person here, showing someone here, and Morph has been doing a really good job by just giving us a little hint of people that we may see sometime in the future in terms of how the series is going. So, yeah, man, I agree. Brian, how do you feel about the series so far?
I think that they're doing really great with the series and how they're presenting it, and I can tell by the way that grown ass men are fanboying out over this series. I think is really good, and I believe it's the writing that's really getting everything over. And they're talking about turbulent times, right? Where these mutants are trying to assimilate to society and how society is, but the hate and the bias towards and the fear towards the mutants are really is what's carrying this whole thing. And so they want a peaceful society, and they even had a episode where all of the mutants, they had their own island, they had their own place, they had their own sanctuary to call home, and then it was destroyed. So I think that the writing from this series is really good, and the storytelling of relationships and how delicate having a normal life is. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're a mutant, they're still trying to have a semblance of a normal life. And I think that's what draws people in because of those disparities between class systems and also the mutants trying to pretty much integrate into regular society. So I'm enjoying that aspect of it because it makes it um, very diverse where you can dive into different subject matters and the series can keep on going. I remember the original one and I was hooked on it. I mean, I used to watch that every day. I believe it came on every day at I want to say 5 o'clock at sometimes. But I tried to make sure that I caught all those. But this series is a little bit deeper. So a lot of kids that are watching it probably won't get the subject matter and the things that are being talked about in the series, but they can enjoy the characters and who they are. I mean, Scott was put in a bad position, man, where he got 2 baby mamas and they the same person. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? He was stuck between his wife and his baby mama. He like, man, I don't even know. And he started, you know, posting pictures of his baby mama and all that stuff, talking about he missing her, and Jean trying to figure out where she is in the world. So, I mean, I love everything that they're doing with the series. I think it's definitely worth talking about, to the point where they're even talking about Ryan Coogler possibly filming for X-Men, and I think that would be really cool to see what he does with that. But yeah, I think it's a great series so far.
So with all that being said, with the Disney series and the live action things are coming about, like they're trying to put everything together and trying to mesh everything with the Fantastic Four, the next Spider-Man series and Venom, and the next, set of Avengers and how everything is going to play out. How do you think this fits in the Marvel universe as far as live action and the Disney version of what's going on in terms of the X-Men? Chef Showtime. Mm. You sound really low.
Chef has the immediate power of being quiet.
He under the water. All right, LP, what do you think?
Me personally, I'm a little worried about when they go live action because Disney be fumbling the bag a lot. They definitely making a comeback right now with this. X-Men is definitely holding Disney on his back right now. I think Deadpool's gonna hold it on his back when it come out in a couple of weeks. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens when it goes live action. I really just hope that they just don't fumble it. That's my biggest fear, because Disney has made a lot of mistakes with Marvel. So we want them to start, getting back on track. But I mean, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm a diehard X-Men fan, like I said before. X-Men are black people. I mean, if anybody want to know why black people love X-Men so much, it ain't that hard to figure it the hell out.
Here we go. You're getting started already. 7 fires. Let's go.
Hey, I mean, everybody know. Magneto is Malcolm X. Professor Xavier is Martin Luther King. They fighting for rights. Mutants get treated a certain way because they got powers, even though Spider-Man got powers, Avengers, all them got powers, and nobody gives them any hell whatsoever. But when we born with powers, we get treated bad. So we have a different connection, I personally feel, to X-Men than some people. Because we see things. Like if a person ever wants to say, I don't understand racism, I'll be like, okay, watch X-Men. And then you'll understand it after that. So I think Ryan Coogler will be a good person to put on it. I think a black director would be better to kind of really get that feel. But I don't know. I'm overexcited because I mean the Avengers are cool, but X-Men always more topics.
We're losing.
I agree with you on that, LP. I think that the dynamic of having someone who understands struggle, trouble, and sacrifice will be good to direct this. And I think from the eyes of Ryan Coogler, I think that he can really bring a different aspect that people aren't really expecting, and then bring an aspect that people would like to see for the X-Men, because not only do you have to bring these characters to life, but you also have to bring some complexities to the characters, right? And I think within the writing and the cartoon, they've been able to do that. But you have to have some type of director or writers that understand what it's like to feel like a mutant. And I think we're black men. We know what it feels like to be talented and have all these gifts and abilities, and people still looking at you like you a spider. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have all these talents and abilities and gifts, and people still look at you a certain type of way. And I think that a lot of the mutants, no matter what skin color or what race or what alien race they come from, I think that they all have that underlying thing that they all realize that they're mutants, and how their parents react to them being mutants, and how society reacts to once they find out that a mutant is close by. I mean, it draws parallels to real life, and I think that you have to have a director that understands that to be able to bring that dynamic to it, so that it is deeper than just a superhero movie.
How do you think the audience is going to be able to react to that dynamic once they actually really see it? You know, we see it from a standpoint from being black men, but other races and other cultures actually realizing that that's the dynamic of what this animated series, this cartoon is actually portraying. Like, how you think they're going to respond? You think they will go positively, or do like they always do and just go negative?
I think you're going to have a mixture of both. You're going to have people that really love it, and then you're going to have people that are going to criticize it for being quote unquote woke. Which, you know what I'm saying? I think woke has taken on a whole new term than it has before. And I think that a lot of people are going to say, it's too woke. I guess woke is the word that you say. It's too woke. It's too liberal. It's too whatever the case may be. So you're going to get both ends of the spectrum where people are praising it and people are hating it at the same time, because of what it represents and what it's representing. You know what I'm saying? So I think you're going to get both praise and hate at the same time. But ultimately, if they make a good movie, if they make it undeniable, then I think that'll do really well in the box office, and then it'll continue to ride a wave, introducing a new wave of X-Men movies in the franchise for Marvel.
Gotcha. LP, real quick, I got a quick question for you. Who do you see being the next big villain between what we've seen with Disney and what we've seen with Marvel? Who do you think they're actually going to select as the next big villain for the, I guess, the entire Avenger, Marvel, X-Men community to be able to battle against?
Well, when it comes to X-Men, Apocalypse is normally the biggest of the bad. So eventually Apocalypse has to be that guy. I always feel like they shouldn't jump to Apocalypse so fast because he's such a big character. He's kind of like a Thanos, where you just shouldn't jump to him just because. But I think they're gonna try to hit the ground running with X-Men, and they're not gonna try to draw a whole lot of stuff out. Just like with the Fantastic Four, they already got Galactus already. They already said Galactus is in it, and it's the first movie. So I don't know how the hell you have Galactus on the first movie when I think certain characters, certain villains need a build up. Just like if you do when you bring Batman back, the Joker shouldn't be the first villain. Of course, they're gonna get to the Joker, but he shouldn't be the first villain. So I think with people who like us who have been watching it for years, you want to see something different. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Apocalypse or maybe Mr. Sinister. I think they can start off with a Mr. Sinister in the live action and build up to Apocalypse. I think that's the best route for them to do. There's a lot of, just like Deadpool has Cassandra Nova. A lot of people, unless you know comics, you have no idea who the hell Cassandra Nova is. but people will know her when Deadpool comes out. I mean, I know who she is, but the average person don't know who it is. But everybody know who Apocalypse is. A lot of people know Mr. Sinister, but not like that. But everybody know who Apocalypse is.
And
So
then, go ahead, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
And I can't believe that we're really overlooking Doctor Doom right now in terms of being able to come out as one of the very first villains. I think they did hint to it a little bit in some of the things that we have going on in terms of like the Fantastic Four, and what was it? A Captain Marvel? No, Doctor Strange with the multiverse, thing. They did hint to Doctor Doom a little bit. But do you really foresee? And I'm gonna go with Chef Showtime if we can hear him. If he's out the water, you out the water there, Chef?
Yeah, I was drowning for a little bit.
All right. So he's back again. One thing that DC has done that Marvel has not done yet is do a feature of a backstory for the villain. They did a backstory for the villain in terms of Joker, which was totally different from what we're used to seeing in terms of how the Joker is portrayed. But here we are. Do you kind of see that happening with Marvel anytime soon, where they're giving a backstory for the villains versus going with the storyline for how the heroes became the heroes?
I think they should. That make it more interesting for everybody else. Because everybody know who the heroes is. Nobody know why the villain became the villain.
Mm-hmm. Magneto should have had his own movie a long time ago.
Yeah,
and it kind of plays into, as you were getting ready to say, it kind of plays into Scarlet Witch and what's that? Quicksilver. It kind of plays into how their backstory came into play, and how everything in terms of like Red Skull, who he's part of the German. What was the thing that happened? The genocide. The big German genocide.
You talking about you talking about Magneto?
Yeah, Magneto. His backstory was
the Jewish
Holocaust.
The Holocaust.
Yeah, and Red Skull was involved in that as well, with his backstory, and then that's where we got Captain America and all those different things. So I think we do need a kind of like a backstory for the villain. But which villain would you like to see first if you had to choose a villain, LP?
Yeah, it's Magneto. It ain't no doubt about it. He's one of the most interesting characters. I think the Joker works because the Joker is set. That Joker kind of set in reality, so you can't really do that with Magneto. But I think if you do right, I think Magneto would be the perfect person. They also could do a Mr. Sinister because they can go back to like way back. Mr. Sinister is old as hell, so they can go back way back to Jack the Ripper days and stuff like that. But it's the how many people know him. So I would say Magneto, if anybody.
Brian, I know you say you have not seen the very latest episode, correct?
Not the last one, but I've seen the rest of them.
Well, when you do see this episode, man, I need you to fill something in for me. I'm going to ask LP this question in a little bit. But
I have a question for you guys because they were kind of hinting at possibly changing the face of Magneto and Professor Xavier, and I know I'm gonna butcher his name, but Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah,
I can't. I know I butchered his name, but if you guys remember him, he played in a lot of movies. Most notably, if you remember School Days, way back in the day, he was one of the characters on School Days. But they're trying to pitch him and Denzel Washington as Magneto and Professor Xavier. I think that would be great. And I know a lot of people are saying, hey, why would you change that? Why would you change the backstory of Magneto? Well, Magneto and Professor Charles Xavier both come from places of pain. So if you did change them to a black face, I mean, you can definitely tell the story of that. And to be honest with you, there's so many versions and so many universes in X-Men that you can absolutely do it. And I think that if you did it that way, I would love to see him and Denzel Washington on screen together playing Magneto and Xavier Woods. I think they will bring a different dynamic. I think it'll be more acting driven, and they would tell the stories of these men, both the love-hate relationship that they have for each other, and bring a different dynamic to it. I would love to see. I would love to see them. I would love to see Denzel Washington as Magneto. I think he would crush that. And I know a lot of people are don't want to see another black face. You know what I'm saying, in the place of a main character. I know we've had some most notable like The Little Mermaid and a couple of other movies that changed the face of who we traditionally know the characters to be. But I think that if you added him and Denzel Washington as Magneto and Professor Xavier, I think that would be absolutely amazing on screen, and I think that you will have a blockbuster movie with them two as the leads.
Absolutely, I agree. LP, real quick question for you: the ending of the very last episode, without putting any spoilers, who do you think that guy is? LP, you there? You're on mute.
Yeah, don't ruin no spoilers for me. Go ahead, though.
Is it who I think it is? Because from the look on his face, it looks like I think I know who it is.
Are you talking about the very ending?
Yes.
Yeah, it's I'm pretty sure it's who you think it is.
Okay, all right. And then that's
yeah, keep it like that. Don't ruin nothing for me.
that's gonna be something, man. I mean, the way they've been putting everything together, and we still haven't seen like a lot of different characters in this series. I mean, we haven't seen Emma Frost. When is she? We did? When?
Emma Frost is on Genosha.
That's right.
Emma Frost is on. She was with the Hellfire Club in Genosha, and they don't show her. Actually, they don't show her a couple times.
Yeah, they did show her when she. Matter of fact, they pulled her from the debris, and her whole body was in diamonds, and so they was like, how did she make it? Type kind of deal,
She was one of the survivors.
Yeah. What was you guys' favorite part so far of the series? Like, I have my favorite, and I'm gonna talk about it. But what was y'all favorite moment?
Well, my favorite X-Men is Gambit. He's always been my favorite X-Men from the gate. So that episode, and actually probably, I think I just heard that episode it might be up for an Emmy or something. I think I just recently seen that. That was one of my favorite episodes, mainly because Gambit don't already get his respect he deserved. And that episode made people like, damn, like I knew Gambit was that dude, but I didn't know he was that dude. Like I've always known Gambit is that dude. Like us Gambit fans are deep. So it was real good to see. One of the best things that they're doing about this show too is this show is not Wolverine based. I mean, they spreading their stuff out around, so it's not like Wolverine is the main character like he often is in the movies. So that's another reason why people are liking the series so much. But yeah, the episode when Gambit destroys the Sentinel is definitely even though it came with a price, it definitely was one of my I was in my emotions that episode. I can definitely tell you that.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I cried a little bit. In the car. You know what I'm saying? I said, Gambit is one of my favorite X-Men as well. So to see him get the light that he's been given, and then they tried to tear him down, LP, because he wore a Jey Uso crop top, and they tried to tear him down. You know what I'm saying? He wore that Jey Uso crop top, and they were saying, "What's happening to Gambit? What's happening to Gambit?" And then the thing that really got me, man, was Rogue and her being torn between two lovers. One where she can physically touch him, and he's a brilliant mind. She can physically touch him. She can't do that with anybody else. And versus the man who has her heart. And I think that story being told, a lot of people can kind of relate to it, but it brought a different dynamic to Rogue because we only knew Rogue through her pain, and we know Rogue through her pain now. But from that dynamic of her having two star-crossed lovers, that both of the men really cared about her. They really loved her in their own sense. But I think a lot of their personal demons and issues kind of clouded the judgment that they have towards her as far as wanting to have a different level. But Gambit loved her. He had real love for her. And I mean that was real tough to watch. Also, when Storm lost her powers,
yes,
bro, that I felt that one. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I can't feel the wind. I'll call ugly face cry. You know what I'm saying? Oh, snap, ugly face cry. I thought that episode that when Storm lost her powers was very powerful in a lot of different ways, because unlike the rest of the X-Men, hers comes from a different place. Her powers are more spiritual. You know what I'm saying? And so that episode when Storm lost her powers, man, was very heartbreaking. But I mean, she got it back, but she had to fight a whole demon to get it back. You know what I'm saying? So, I like I said, I love what they're doing. I applaud X-Men. Let me ask you guys a wrestling question. If they did make a live action version of X-Men, which wrestler would you like to see play the role of an X-Men, and which X-Men?
I'm jump up here real quick and go first. We already know Jay Cargill is going to be Storm. They've been saying that for the longest. See?
No, what?
That's been her narrative in WWE. Is she is Storm, and she carries that persona in what she does in her interests. So we already know she's going to be Storm. And then you can easily place Bianca Belair as Rogue. You know what I mean? She could definitely be Rogue. Roman Reigns, Wolverine. I can see him as Wolverine.
I got to chew on that for a little bit.
Are we talking about being accurate, or we just throwing names out?
All right. Well, will you give your opinions there, LP? Let me see what you got. The top 5 X-Men is Jean, Scott, Storm, Wolverine, and Beast. Am I correct? Is it the top 5?
Well, I mean, it varies. It just depends on how you want to put it.
Yeah, but they're pretty much the main 5. So if you had to choose those main 5, who would you put in which role? Oh, 6, because you gotta include Rogue. So the first 6.
I mean, it's kind of hard, to be honest. But if I had to choose somebody in WWE to be Rogue, like based on their look, I might well say Liv Morgan, if she dyed her hair or something, because she kind of gives that vibe a little bit. Not because I like Liv Morgan, but I'm definitely not gonna say Bianca Belair as no damn Rogue. I would say maybe Liv. I think Braun Strowman could be Toad.
Braun Strowman can be Toad? No,
Man.
I thought Chef was still on the line. Chef definitely would have jumped off the line when I
jumped off the porch with that one.
Yeah. It's kind of Jade Cargill definitely will not be Storm. Okay, Storm is Jade is fine, but I can't do that to my damn. I can't do that to Storm. If I would choose any wrestler that's currently on the roster of Storm, it'd be Naomi. Naomi is chocolate. She's fine. She could pull off a role. I mean, she could pull off a Storm look more than I think Bianca. I'm not real big on. I'm the kind of jump back what Brian said earlier. I'm not real big on the whole race swap thing. I like my characters to look like they look. I don't want to see no Black Magneto. I don't want to see no Black Professor Xavier. Like, don't get me wrong, those two that you mentioned would be great, but I don't want to see that. How many Black Jews have you ever seen? Because I ain't seen a lot of them. And not to
There's
say
a lot
that
of Black Jews. The original, I'm gonna go. Malcolm. The original black man was a Jew. The real Jewish people are black. You can read your Bible on that. But
I just ain't big. I'm real big on keeping the characters as they are, and I think a lot of people. That's why people really get upset, and I understand it. Sometimes I don't like the racist part of it, but I do understand at times. Because if they had a white Black Panther, we'd be ready to burn down Hollywood. We would show up to Hollywood with gasoline signs and burn it down. They do. A white Black Panther.
They do got a white Black Panther.
Who?
What you mean? What's the boy name? Bucky.
Bucky wasn't Black Panther. His character was a totally different character that was based on the character.
He's black. He's White Panther-ish. You know what I'm saying? What they call him? What they call him in Wakanda? They call him the White Tiger or some shit.
It's the White Wolf, and they didn't have a push, and they decided not to even go that route. So no, so it's certain people that, like, if they had a white version of Good Times, we would be just as upset as everybody else. So I don't want to see Keke Palmer as Rogue, just like Keke Palmer did that photo shoot, and then people are like, oh, she need to be Rogue. I want to see a country ass Southern girl be Rogue. I want to see a halfway short guy be Wolverine, not no super tall guy, even though I love Hugh Jackman. But like, I want it to be more accurate to the comics because that's what the fans really, really want. Denzel would be great. And Gus, I'm gonna call him Gus because I ain't gonna mess his name up. Gus from Breaking Bad. I know it was a Gus. What's his name? Gus from Breaking Bad? I can't remember his damn name in Breaking Bad. But he always plays great villains. He would be amazing. Both of them would be amazing as both of those characters. But you would have to change too much of the origin story, and that's what that would be the part that I won't want. I want, just like with the Fantastic Four when they made that one version when Michael B. Jordan was the Human Torch. No, what is this? This doesn't make no sense.
Yeah.
So,
I will admit that was garbage. Torch had a real strong jawline. I mean, it had its place, and it could have been good. Now, I don't know too many movies where they changed the race of the character and it was actually better. And I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are, but I think for that role of Magneto and Xavier Woods,
Xavier
Woods, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. Xavier, Charles Xavier.
He's been saying all night. I've been trying to catch him on it every time. He's been saying Xavier Woods. Xavier.
Oh man, it's just been in my. It's just so easy to say. But yeah. What's his name? Giancarlo. I know I'm butchering his name, but yeah, he plays really great villains. I mean, every role that he plays a great villain, and I absolutely believe this guy. So if him and Denzel Washington play is Charles Xavier and Magneto, of course people will be up in arms at first, and then would they go to the theaters to watch it? Hell yes, they would.
Everybody
and as long as they put on an amazing performance, I don't think that, and then they're able to tell a story that's comparable to the origin stories of Xavier Woods. Damn it, Charles Xavier, and Magneto. I think that they can absolutely execute that very, very, very well, and they would do really good in the box office. Now, of course, you would need a great supporting cast in the X-Men. You don't want them to be so great and then everybody else suck ass. You know what I'm saying? So, I think if you can throw John Cena in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? John Cena would make a great Cyclops. Colossus. Yeah, John Cena would make a great Cyclops.
Colossus.
You could put Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in there. He would make a great villain of some sort.
No, please, no. They already been rumored that they already start rumors that he's trying to be Apocalypse. Like, we don't need. I love The Rock, but we don't need The Rock. The Rock has already destroyed DC. We do not need him over here fucking with Marvel. No.
Blasphemy, sir.
No, leave The Rock. No, the Rock, his
that
Black
was
Adam.
not the final boss Rock. That's the difference. That was not this final boss Rock. He can be Apocalypse. He can be whoever. But I think if you did like if you put the right supporting cast around the character changes, then it wouldn't really matter. It would matter for certain stands. And I'm one of, like I say, I'm with you, LP. I'm not one for changing the complete race and backstory of a character. But if it's done right, then it won't even really matter.
I personally want a bunch of no names or upcoming people to get casted, because when you cast a big name, that's when you mess up. If you look at the Avengers, I mean, everybody knew who Robert Downey Jr. was, but Robert Downey Jr. was coming off of, drugs and alcohol. Nobody wanted to give him a chance. Chris Evans was pretty new.
Chris Pratt.
Thor, Chris Pratt, like everybody, even Paul Rudd, with everybody loved Paul Rudd with Ant-Man, like everybody, Chadwick Boseman, Scarlett Joy, like everybody in the Avengers, none of them was humongous stars. Like I think Doctor Strange with Benjamin Cumberbatch is probably like one of the biggest stars that, like, a name. He was a big name beforehand. Bring in a bunch of people that don't hardly nobody know, and make them new stars. That's why if they do that with X-Men, look at Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman, before he was Wolverine, he was doing plays. So that's what they need to do. They do not need to try to cast no big names for none of these characters. Look at the original X-Men movie. Like Halle Berry was the biggest star. Nobody knew who the hell. Well, Patrick Stewart, if he was a Star Trek fan. Nobody else knew Magneto. Nobody else knew none of them other people. So if my prayers is that Marvel does this and make some brand new stars and don't bring in no big names, because that's what's going to mess it up.
They can hire me to be Nightcrawler. I'll go out there and I'll be Nightcrawler. Give me a chance, Marvel. I got skills. I can do something.
LP. The next Avenger movie, this is what you're gonna see.
Nah.
You're gonna see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That's Thanos. That's what you're gonna see in the next iteration of the Avengers movie. When they do another Thanos character, you're gonna see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in Marvel. Mark my words. It's too big of a franchise for him not to come and mess it up. That's all I'm saying.
Go back.
Be a good Apocalypse.
Go back to Fast and the Furious, like you already planning to go back. No, The Rock. If I were The Rock, I wouldn't want no parts of no comic book movies after the damn Black Adam damn near ruined your whole career. Made you go back to wrestling because you was hurt so bad after that movie. So he better stay his ass away from comic book movies and get back to basics.
You didn't like Black Adam?
How you guys think
Black Adam was horrible. Huh?
How do you guys think he's going to do with Moana?
I think it's going to do great.
I mean, Moana. I'm pretty sure with Moana, it's going to be live action. But did they say if they're going to have The Rock be him? I mean, I know The Rock's going to be him, but like, is The Rock is going to play him, or is it going to be CGI or what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody really thought about that, because The Rock big ass with that wig. I've seen different versions and none of them look like.
Well, see, that's the thing about The Rock. I think he can actually grow his hair out. So
no, the hell he can't. It's a wrap. I'm bald. I know when somebody can't grow their hair back. It's a wrap. He been going bald since the early 2000s, Jack. It's a wrap on that. You can call it.
That man got money. He can figure it out. Get some plugs and
man, it ain't enough plugs in this world that's gonna give a bald man a whole full head of hair.
It just don't look right though. Like every version I've seen of them putting him and making him look, it just don't look right. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. My wife's gonna be excited because she loved that damn movie to death. I'm not a big fan of it myself, but I think they're gonna do Maui as CGI because I've only seen the movie a couple of times, but I know he got powers. He can move and shape and all this other kind of stuff. I think it's gonna be more like I don't know. It ain't like the genie. It ain't like Will Smith being the genie. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's. I don't know.
We laughed at that too. Everybody laughed at Will Smith when he had that damn that genie robe on and that ponytail. Everybody laughed at his ass, and then the movie came out and it did really well. And I think, be honest with you, Moana is The Rock's best movie to date. It's his highest grossing movie, and it's going to continue to make money. When they do a live action, if they do it right, then they can really make something great. But Disney has been really falling short for their live action movies. And some of the people that they've been putting in, I have not been happy with. We all saw the live action Lion King. I thought that was bullshit. Beyonce's acting in there was so bad. You can, I had to put my "Let's Go Lions." I hate that movie with a passion, boy. I was like, how you gonna mess up a classic? So they have the ability to mess up some classics, man. I appreciated The Little Mermaid and for what it was, but it didn't feel quite the same. So Disney's been hit or miss with some of the live action movies, I think. And even though a lot of them have been successful in the box office, I know a lot of fans prefer the originals to the live action just because of subtle differences. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't seen the Little Mermaid live action, but the girl that played her, she's a pretty girl in person, but she just didn't do justice for Ariel. And then they're also preparing to do another version of The Lion King with Mufasa's backstory. And I think
which is stupid.
That one's going to be a live action. I don't know why they're doing a live action before the animation, but here we are.
And you know that one gonna be starring Beyonce's daughter. She makes her debut in that movie.
Oh hell no! I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
And the thing that's crazy about that is if they should, just like we talked earlier, if they should have did a backstory or anything, it should have been a backstory of Mufasa. That's where the money would have been at. Not Mufasa, Scar. The money would have been on the backstory of Scar.
We need more backstories of the villains.
That's where actually Disney, if you do a backstory on Scar, you do a backstory on Ursula, just like the Maleficent. Maleficent was great.
Maleficent?
That's where Maleficent.
Okay, yeah. Because the word you were about to say ain't PG. So Maleficent? Yeah.
That's where the money is. But I gotta go, guys. I got this photo shoot in the back. My wife just told me they all ready, so I got to go back here in the back and get to work.
All right, do your thing, LP.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I'm excited about that. Great talk, Mr. Everything, Roosevelt. I appreciate that, sir. Yeah.
No problem.
Reiterate, where can the people find you and what you got going on?
And y'all already know, man. Just go on my TikTok while it's still lasting, official_Mr. Everything, and then go on my Instagram, Roosevelt Pro Fighter. And man, I'm always doing something, man. I'm getting ready to work on this next installment of episodes of A Change Is Coming, where I transition from Victor Andrews to Roosevelt. We get ready to film the next episode, the next week or two. Just got to get with the guys, with the team, and go out there and make it happen. And of course, like I stated in the beginning, I'm doing some traveling across seas. So if you guys want to donate, you guys want to help out, you want to be a sponsor for Mr. Everything, man, go ahead and hit the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast page and say, hey, we love what Mr. Everything is doing. We support Mr. Everything. We're going to give him some monetary donations. And don't forget, the contest is still going on, ladies and gentlemen, for me to be the 2024 Mr. Men's Health and Fitness. Okay, you can vote for free every single day. It costs you nothing, nada, just 3 minutes every time. Just go on the site, hit like, hit vote for Roosevelt, and boom, bada bing, bada boom. We on that way, man. I'm still in the top 10 right now. I'm trying to get in the top 3. If I can get in the top 3 and we can stay there for a very long time into the finals, we got a really good chance of winning this thing this year, okay? And it's going to help a whole lot of different people, a whole lot of different communities, a whole lot of different things if we win. When we win. And that's what we're all about. We about win, not ifs. No more ifs. We're all about win. We win, we win. We're going to make some things happen, y'all. And then, just, of course, remember to be sure to tune in June 9th for the Hyperdrive Tournament. It's the very first installment of the Hyperdrive Tournament, June 9th at 1 p.m., and then the second installment is going to be June 16th at 1 p.m. right here on the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. Brian Renegade, what you got
Yeah.
going on, and where can the people find you, brother man?
Oh man, you can find me on all platforms at Brian Renegade. Go check out what I got going on. Also, you can follow the show. Most of the shows are the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast or the Best Damn Crew on TikTok. And you can even go to our damn store. Get you a damn shirt. So go over to our store, www.bestdamnwrestlingstore.com, and get you some damn merchandise. Other than that, man, just doing my damn thing. If you guys are looking for some mental health services, you can, and you're in North Carolina, especially Eastern North Carolina, go check out Straight Walk NC. They have therapists there, they have psychiatrists, and they have peer support specialists that can help you get your life back on track. So if you need some mental health services, or if you just need services, or just somebody to talk to, go to straightwalknc.com. And yeah, keep on supporting your boys at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. We are growing. Keep on supporting Roosevelt, or Mr. Everything, as he goes on his travels and whoop ass all over the world, man. So we're excited and we're so proud of this brother and everything that he's been doing. So definitely support him. If you need some personal training, go check out his pages, and go ahead and bother him and say, hey, I want to do them insane workouts that you do. You get some training from the one and only trainer of trainers, Roosevelt. Other than that, man, that's it for me. Go ahead and close this out.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can't hold you anymore, but we want to thank you because you could have been anywhere in the world. He's right here with us, and we appreciate that. So we're going to see you next week on the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. Y'all be safe. Love each other. If you can't be good, just be great. We'll see you later.